Hello wet shavers, welcome to the Soap Thing Project. I've been tagged by Mr. Matthew Lawrence to do a shave with the very first shaving soap I ever used. And that soap is this, Knightsbridge Signature. And this is a non-tallow based soap, 6 ounces of soap in a new tub. I will put the price across the bottom of the screen for you. This one is fairly old, so I don't exactly remember what I paid for it. The ingredients are nothing to write home about. It's mostly just glycerin and then some other words that I can't spell or pronounce on my own. But such as it is, it still performs perfectly fine. So we'll talk about the scent on this and exactly why this was my first soap. We'll talk about it during the shave. We're going to chase it with some Spanish Aqua Velva, which is always good. Good to go. Love this aftershave. Razor is going to be a Gillette Fat Handle Tech with the triangular lather slots. And my very first razor was a Gillette Tech exactly like this. It wasn't this exact razor. I have 3 or 4 of them, and I got it narrowed down to it's one of 2 that look exactly identical, and I can't remember which one it was. So I'm holding on to both of them, but this is another one that I picked up at a really decent price. And whenever I do a shave with a triangular lather slot Fat Handle Tech, it is just like saying hi to an old friend. So Gillette Tech for the razor, and Gillette Silver Blues, if those aren't the very first DE blades I ever used, then they're one of the first. So we're going to use that in the razor today. And the brush is going to be this 24mm Knothead Brushworks handle with a Maggard SHD Badger knot on the top of it. So let's do a shave today. Alright, here's the soap in the bottom of the Langley City Shave Bowl. And the scent strength on this is a 3 out of 5, so medium-ish scent strength. No pre-shave today, because I would not have used one in the beginning, so I'm not going to use one now. This lather definitely is not the most dense I've ever seen, and it's not terribly fuel efficient, but you do get 6 ounces of it. So, okay, 24 hours of growth on the face today with a Gillette Tech and a Gillette Silver Blue. Let's get started. Not too bad so far, nice and smooth. So the scent on this is a London style barbershop. And I think it smells strikingly similar to D.R. Harris Windsor. So if you ever smelled that, then you know exactly what this smells like. So London-style barbershops or modern barbershops tend to be citrus heavy, and this one is no different. If I can find the exact scent notes, I'll put them at the bottom of the screen. Otherwise, if you don't see anything there, that means no dice. So when I first started wet shaving in spring of 2017, the razor came first. And the razor was, like I said, a Gillette fat handled tech, just like this. But I used this and Barbasol for a few months. And then I discovered shaving soap, and I knew I needed a soap and a brush. So I just went on to Amazon and looked for shaving soaps that had a 5-star review. I was looking for ones that had a perfect 5 out of 5 star review on Amazon. And I also needed a brush, and so I was looking for that the same way. And at the time, there were very few on Amazon soaps and shaving brushes that had a perfect 5 out of 5, but one of the soaps was this one. At least at the time it did. And one of the brushes that had a 5 out of 5 on Amazon was, I can't remember which one it was, but it was a Parker Silver Tip Badger, which I no longer have. I gave it away to somebody who was getting into wet shaving. In fact, the only stuff I have in my den that was always there from the very beginning was one of these Gillette Techs that's in my collection. That I can't figure out which one it is. So I no longer have the same bowl. I no longer have the same... This is not the same tub of soap. This is actually my third one. Third tub of Knightsbridge Signature. I no longer have the brush. Because at the time I had no idea that this was going to become a hobby. And I stayed a pretty utilitarian shaver for quite a while. My collection didn't really explode until when did it? Maybe, I think my collection got really big like a year before the project got started. So April 2020. And the rest is history. Looks like I did get a nick right there. And right down there. I think I'm moving just a little too fast. And the residual slickness on this is not great. Primary slickness is pretty freaking crazy, but it falls off in the residual slickness department. And it doesn't matter how I lather it or how much water I use. I use this occasionally just to like reminisce. But I don't binge on it quite like I do some of my other soaps in my collection where I'll use it for a week or two at a time. Because that's how I shave. I don't... Every video is usually new products, at least for the most part. But when I'm doing my shaves off camera, I'll usually take the same soap and aftershave combination and binge on it for a week or two. Okay. Touching up a couple places, and then we're going to be done before I draw blood in too many more places. All right. Okay. Oh, nick down there and a couple right there. I was doing pretty good on the Soap Thing project for a while where I wasn't doing too bad, but sometimes your face and your shaving habits just are having a bad day. Oh, there's another one. So, such as it is, we're going to take an alum block to it and then we'll come back for the aftershave. Okay, off camera I used the Omega alum block on the face, like usual. And I got feedback all along here and all through here. So definitely not a great report card on the Soap Thing project, but hey, you can't win them all. Sometimes things just don't go my way. And honestly, I'm going to blame that on I was just moving and slinging that razor around way too fast. So speed was what killed me for this one. So we're going to use the Williams Aqua Velva from Spain. And this one does not have a rev limiter on it, so you better watch out or you'll peel out. The main difference between this and the off-the-shelf Aqua Velva that you can get locally is this one smells less powdery and a bit more citrusy. And it's very, very forgiving. Like, I did not get very much alcohol burn with this, if any at all. So, very forgiving for when you have a rough shave. But it still has that menthol cooling effect that is really comfortable on the face and makes you feel like $1,000,000. Now, where'd I put it? My final thoughts on Knightsbridge Signature. If I exhausted this to an empty tub, would I buy it again? No. No, probably not. Now, I said this is my third one, but this one's been sitting around for a long time because I don't use it anymore. It just kind of sits around and exists kind of as a memory for me. But I have since moved on to other things, like the performance on this, honestly, is what kills it. The residual slickness and its density or lack thereof kind of doesn't really do it for me anymore. Like even Taylor of Old Bond Street and D.R. Harris and Tabac and Cella and some of the other ones perform a bit better than this. So this is a rare example of where performance kind of gave it the axe for me. So once this is done, if it's ever done, I probably won't be buying another one. So those are my final thoughts on that. I almost forgot. I need to tag some people, don't I? So let's do that. How about we tag Pelagic Shave? You're tagged if you haven't done it already. How about Dougie's Shaving? You're tagged. And Shaving with Greg. Let's see if we can get Greg to talk about the first shaving soap he ever used. So those will be my tags here in the Soap Thing project for this particular video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and until next time, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Thanks for watching.